about disrupting your life and beginning to look at the disruptions in your life and what do we do with that? How do we handle that? And I'm reminded of the words of James Weldon Johnson. And I want some of you who are not familiar with, I want you to listen to the words. Stony the road we trod, bitter the chastening rod. When hope unborn had died, yet with a steady beat have not our weary feet come to the place for which our fathers sighed. We've come over a way that with tears have been watered. We've come treading a path through the blood of the slaughtered. Everything that we experience, everything that we now are taking advantage of, somebody paid a price for it. And one of the most important things that we have to do on an ongoing basis, and I want you to write this down and to honor this moving forward after hearing all the speakers and after this experience, upgrade yourself. I was looking at my computer and asked, are you ready for an update? You want it now or later? And I push now. Usually I say later because it usually takes time. And we really should update our knowledge on a regular basis, update our vision of ourselves on a regular basis, upgrade the vision and the goals and the dreams that we have on a regular basis. Why is that? What's the purpose of updating? Because where you are right now, that level of impact and that place where you are right now and the skill set that got you there, that has expired. And you got to update your skills, your knowledge. That's why Einstein said the thinking that has brought me this far has created some problems that this thinking can't solve. One of the most important things that you're doing, and I congratulate all of you that have been listening and watching, that we are made in the likeness and image of God. Think about that. We're made in the likeness and image of God and been given authority and dominion over everything. Notice, didn't say some things, over everything on the face of the earth. Think about that. Then why is it that most of us die unlived lives? Why is it that Dr. Miles Monroe for years said, rob the cemetery of your gifts and of your talents and of your abilities and of your skills and your leadership and your book and your music and the impact of your life? Why do you say that? Why do we have to say that over and over and over again? Because we have been programmed and are being programmed every day. And so we have to every day stop, check ourselves, and update and upgrade our vision of ourselves, our knowledge, and write this down, our skill set. That not only because of things we have gone through, but things that we are dealing with right now. The goalpost has been pushed back, and there are things that are taking place right now politically to oppress, to deny, to exclude our participation. This is a different space. And here's the success of what's going on right now and why you're watching me and why your voice and your story and your knowledge is so important. We have been programmed to be spectators, to be fans. You look at the number of people that watch a summit and listen to speakers sharing their story and their experiences and how they got through and how they got over and how they got to the other side. Look at the number of eyeballs, the number of people who view those. And then you look at the number of people who view old basketball games, boxing matches, football, various acts of foolishness on the internet. The numbers are just minuscule based upon what you're watching right now. And I want you to know you're different. The fact that you're watching me, the fact that you listen to the speakers, you are different. The average person not watching this, they're looking at stuff. Who's the GOAT? And we're going to share, we've been sharing with you how to become the greatest of all times in your own life. Most people in their own lives, they are rookies. They're living a life of mediocrity. Our goal is to help you to begin to not die with your music still in you, as Shakespeare would say. It's about the music. It's about the fire. It's about your mindset of living your life on your terms. Most people aren't doing that because we have been programmed to be fans, to be spectators. And so what happens is that you can get so busy and consuming, and I had to look at myself. I said, wait a minute. What am I supposed to be doing right now? My life has changed. I used to think people in their 40s were old. Now, I'm 77. I'm old as Methuselah. Come on, now. So who does 77? Are you kidding me? Let me tell you something. I get up real early before I get started. I get my little mascara out and I start covering the gray hair. I don't believe in gray hair. No, homie, don't be playing that. Honey, I'll be covering up. Why? My kids say, Daddy, you would look so distinguished with your gray hair. I'm not trying to look distinguished. Hello? I'm trying to look young. Just because I'm 77 don't mean I have to look 77. I don't have to. How many of you agree that I don't have to look like I got one foot on a banana peeling and the other one in the graveyard? If you can feel a brother up in here, just put some fire in the comment section so I can see it. Or say yes, yes, yes. Say yes 3 times. I ain't playing with you. I'm coming for you this afternoon. I'm coming for you. Did you hear me? So we got to get a checkup from the neck up, because stuff's living at a time where we have instruments, algorithms that know more about us than we know about ourselves. But it's not just the knowing that's dangerous, but the manipulation that's dangerous. I saw something about how to reduce inflammation in your body. I'm a 4th stage cancer conqueror. So I said, let me see what that is. And sure enough, it was an infomercial. It was a commercial about a product, all right? Do you know, I timed it. I got numerous commercials coming on my phone, on my computer, about how to reduce inflammation in your body with herbs, with food, with exercise, with a variety of things. How is that possible? Because they're listening to us. Write this down. Behavior marketing. They're watching our choices. Do you mind if we follow where you go? When you go to another website looking for something, they have a database and they can distinguish that and pull that stuff out and start marketing and pushing products to you and giving it to advertisers, giving it to corporations. Here's what Les is interested in. He just put something in dealing with his inflammation. And we're going to start marketing to him about that. He also just put something that he wants a 6-pack. He says he only has 1 pack covering up 5 packs. Do we have something for him? Yes, I got something for him. Good. All right. Here's his email. Go on. If this is automated, this is not driven by human beings. This is automated. They're making money off us while they sleep. And while you're looking at this, it's very important. What you tune into, you turn into. The reason that most people are fans and watching, who's the GOAT? Is it LeBron or is it Michael Jordan? Who's the GOAT? Couldn't even afford tickets to the game. Come on. All right, come on. The GOAT. Woo, isn't that just cute? Isn't that? Come on, huh? We're talking about looking at our lives and checking ourselves, because sometimes you can confuse being busy with being productive and being profitable. But here's something else, and I think it happens to you after 40. Here's something else. Time picks up speed after 40. I'm telling you what I know. I'm 77. I'm telling you, once you get 40, you don't get 30 days out of the month. You might get 2 weeks if you are lucky. And listen to me right now. Listen to me. If you got some big bills, guess what? You now don't get 14 days, all right? Now you get about 8. So wait a minute, did I just pay that bill yesterday? Come on. I mean, life has shifted. It has picked up speed. And so in order to navigate this, in order to live a life of love, of mind, of harmonious relationships, an achievement-driven, heart-centered life, you have to check yourself, update your knowledge and your skill set. And here's something else that's major. You have to look at your relationships. I want you to say to yourself every day, why? Every day. Can you just say it one time? No. McDonald's we know where they are. And every day there's a commercial. Why? They program us to go get their products. They program us to create a thirst. Write this down. The thirst. By saying what I'm going to share with you, it will create a thirst and a hunger to make it happen. It will activate something that's called the reticular activating system. It was designed to help us to begin to identify the things that we want and how to achieve them. They created a missile that was designed, and I want you to follow me on this. It's been a minute since I talked about this. They created a military device that was designed after the human mind. It was called the teleological missile. The teleological missile, once it got a target in sight, the teleological missile, when it was released, if the target went to the right, the teleological missile, this smart missile, would go to the right. This is technology that has never been done before. If the target goes to the left, the teleological missile would go to the left. Keep in mind, it's designed after the human mind. Listen to me closely. The teleological missile, once it gets a target in sight that it is supposed to hit, when it's released, and if the target vanishes, the self mechanism in the teleological missile will trigger it to self-destruct. Whoa, whoa. Did you hear me? It's designed after the human mind. We are here for a reason. When someone can destroy your identity, how you see yourself, which takes away the purpose and the meaning of your life and the direction of your life, hello, I'll wait. As Dr. Della Tiro would say, yeah, when you see people, see, life is for living. And you're an energy source, and that energy is going to be used. It will be used destructively or productively. A friend of mine, he was telling me about his mother who was on drugs for years, and he got her to go into a drug program. And when she got out, after a short time, she went back on drugs again. He said, why would you go to a drug program to get off these drugs and now you back on them again? She said, wait a minute. Don't jump on me about this. This is my life. I only went into that drug program to stop y'all from getting on my last nerve, aggravating me and nagging me that I need to go get some help. I didn't want to go, but I decided to do it because I was tired of y'all. Y'all thought I should do it. I think my life is fine, and I'm doing what I want to do. Hello, as my twin brother Wesley would say. See, people who engage in self-destructive behavior, one, they have a negative image of themselves. People that are listening, you that are listening to me now, each person, every speaker that you hear, the words that they speak, remember, what you tune into, you turn into, is designed to enhance, to empower, to expand your vision of yourself beyond your mental conditioning, beyond your circumstances, beyond the adversities that you have been or are experiencing. Thou shalt decree a thing and it shall be established unto you. So I want you to write this down. The rest of my life will be the best of my life. I want you to write that down and I say it every day. The rest of my life, when I first get up in the morning, oh, thank you, Lord, for a brand new day. All things work together for good for those who love God. Don't mean that every day would be a good day, but there's some good in every day. And the rest of my life will be the best of my life. If you agree with that, if you feel that, if you want to declare that for yourself, he said, thou shalt decree a thing and it shall be established unto you. Come on, somebody. You want to be an advertising agent for yourself. You are the GOAT in your life. And you don't want to be a mediocre player in your life. You don't want to be a spectator and a fan in your life. You don't want to be seated in the bleachers in your life. You want to make actively, in the mindset of Abraham Lincoln, he said the future belonged to those who create it. You want to create it. I'm so fired up, my nose running. I can't believe this. Hey, come on now. Of all the times, this is so embarrassing. I'm turning red, but y'all can't see it. Oh, Tyrone, you got to help me out. I've been, I was talking to Tyrone. We're doing a wedding rehearsal. Tyrone is my squirrel friend, and so I was just fitting him for his tuxedo. And he met Trina, his fiance Trina, and so we were doing a rehearsal because I'm working. I'm doing the officiations for it. So this is Trina. Y'all haven't seen Trina, but she gorgeous, honey. This Trina, come on, baby, don't be shy. So this wedding, we're orchestrating this. When you've been locked up too long, you start talking to squirrels and conducting marriage ceremonies. You can't make this stuff up. Who marries squirrels? Okay, here's something else. You look at your life, write this down, realign yourself. Realign yourself. That's what people don't need to be in your life. I can't believe this. Of all the time. For my mustache to be messing up. Oh. Is it gone? Who does this? You are crazy. I know. Realign yourself. Get some friends who love squirrels. That would be me. See, there's some people you need to get out of your life. Why? Because they will compromise your energy and your power. And when they take away your power and your vision of yourself, you will unconsciously, getting on this path, having nothing to aim for, engage in self-destructive behavior. It might be alcohol. It might be procrastination. It might be surrendering to fear. It might just be not doing the things that you need to do. It might be causing you to lose your focus. This is a time that you want to keep the main thing the main thing. This is a time that you want to be persistent. This is a time that you have to be determined. I was talking to a man who lost his only son, and he said he went in a room and found his son dead in bed from an overdose. He said he fell down on his knees and screamed out to God. And at that point, he didn't want to live. His only son gone. And he heard my voice. If life knocks you down, try and land on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up. And he rolled on his back and he got up. Another gentleman, he was going through a tough time, had suicidal thoughts. And as a result of what he had gone through a divorce, lost his job, went through foreclosure. Seemed like his life had been turned upside down. But that wasn't enough. He lost someone that was very close to him, who passed. And he heard my voice. Listen to this. Somebody saw him at an event. 3 weeks later, entertainment. They have these white parties where people dress in white and go out and they dance. They travel around the world to meet other people who dress in white and dance. And somebody asked, I didn't expect you to see you here. What are you doing here? He said, Les Brown said, you will get through this. As I was in the arms of grief and feeling sorry for myself and being depressed, he said, sooner or later, you're going to get past this pain. And he said, I decided to make it sooner. Come on, somebody. Don't you make me get up and dance for you. Don't you come. I decided to make it sooner. Come on, bust the move. Mm-hmm. Yes, come on. Sooner or later, you will get through this. I decided to make it sooner. Write this down. We make decisions, and our decisions create our reality. That created a shift for him. The shift from grief to living life now. All of us sometimes need a word to shift our thinking, need a word to remind us that we have greatness in us. We have abilities and talents and dreams. We have some good stuff in us that God placed there. All of us have been chosen. If you weren't here now, there would be a missing piece to the puzzle of who is required to help make this world a better place. That's why Horace Mann said we should be ashamed to die until we've made some major contribution to humankind. If you agree with that, I want you to put some fire in the comment section. If you agree with that we're here to live a life of meaning, of purpose. We're here to live a life of impact. I'm calling a cousin that I did not know I had, and to have her take me to go see the grave site of my birth father that I have never seen. I've seen the birth site of my grandmother, Beulah Rucker, and to Dorothy Bell Rucker, my birth mother. And because I now realize They had to do what they had to do. Had they not taken themselves down to Miami to give birth to me and my brother and give us to Mamie Brown, I wouldn't be the person that I am today. I'm a different person if I had been raised in Gainesville, Georgia. Nothing wrong with Gainesville, Georgia. But because of the impact, the influence, the example, the love, the sacrifice of Mamie Brown, she took care of us like she gave birth to us. That inspired me. That brought something out of me. You know, she adopted altogether 7 children. I was among the 7. And I heard this guy, Ed Milet, said, usually in families, there's one who will show a level of gratitude. There's one who, even though born in the same situation, under the same roof, they are raised, ate from the same table. But there is one who will be dramatically different. There's one who has an expanded vision of themselves. And even if you're only a child, you are the one. I can't tell you, only child, spoiled brats that I've known over the years that had everything, and didn't appreciate it. Had a mindset of entitlement. I had one of my daughters check me. I'm not going to say her name, but there. And I was telling her some stuff I wanted her to do for me, and she didn't do it. I said, hey, what's up with that? She said, you act like your children owe you something. At first, my feelings were hurt. But then I thought, my children don't owe me nothing. They didn't ask to be born. No, they don't owe me nothing. And so that was a wake-up call. You better take care of yourself, young man. I don't call myself an old man, young man. Yeah. And hold yourself to a higher standard. Don't be like the other people in your age category, acting like they're winding down. People say, you know, at this stage of your life, you're older now. I said, no, you get older when you stop working, when you stop contributing, when you stop being an active force in life, when you allow the disruptions in your life to allow you to feel like you are old. No, I'm still growing. Age is not determined by the number of Earth days that you have. It's determined, are you still relevant? Are you still making things happen? Are you still participating in life? Are you still engaged? The reason that you're watching me now is there's something in your heart that says, I am not going to die an unlived life. No. And if there's something that someone says at this summit, I know I got some music in me. I know I got some good stuff in me. If there's something said by these speakers, by these coaches, by these trainers, if something is said that's God-guided, that will inspire me to get out of my history and live out of my imagination. He said, I'll give you all your eyes can see, and I'm going to listen. I'm going to be present. Present. I'm ready. I'm taking notes up in here. Oh, my time has run out. So I want to say you have something special. You have greatness in you. Bye for now. But the other thing that's major now is joy. And joy, the difference between, as we know, that the difference between joy and being happy is happenstance. It's due to the circumstances. But with joy, you can have joy in good situations and in bad situations.
how is that possible? And I know that there's a part of us, that many of us, because we're so disconnected and so caught up in the world, that we neglect ourselves. L.C. Robinson said, things may happen around you and things may happen to you, but he said, and I think it's in alignment with what you said in this book, is what matters most is what happens in you. Mm-hmm. Talk to me about having joy in the midst of the storm. Mm.
There's a cute sign in our building that says, joy is not a destiny, it's a way of life.
Come on now. Don't come for me. I didn't call an Uber. Yes. Joy. Yeah. Say that again.
Joy is not a destiny, it's a way of life.
It's a way of life. Choose ye this day whom ye shall serve. You can get caught up in the stress, or you can choose the joy in the midst of the pain and turn it into purpose.
And so joy is the life within life. Joy is not an object you pick up and you put down. I don't even consider joy. Of course, there's many ways of expressing joy. There's the rah, loud joy. And then there's the joy of life. What I envision in joy of life is where I am at 100% productivity. My mind, my heart, working together in harmony, all bells and whistles, all circuits are playing, and everything is working smoothly. In other words, I'm feeling the experience of the moment. It could be a painful moment. The more joy I have, the more I will feel the pain. Because I am sensitive, I'm open, I am alert. And so I'm totally aware of what's going on. Even the small bumps show up in my life. So I'm not looking for joy. It's not the destiny. Oh, have I been joyful lately? Joy is within everything you do. It's a part of the everyday life. And that is the lead up together. Once you have the calmness of the calmness of the peace, you can focus. You can stay focused. You're with me. Are you with me? You're focusing. Then you're bringing it all together in harmony. Here I am. I'm totally here for you. 100%. I'm here to serve.
You know, you've taken me to another place. It's the value of conversation. Because when you said joy is a way of life, what you're saying is joy not tested can't be trusted. It's easy to have joy if your bills are paid, you're not having any problems in your relationship, you have enough money in the bank. It's easy to have joy then, because life be life. Stuff's gonna happen. Things are gonna happen to you, things are gonna happen to people that you care about. But when joy becomes a choice, choose ye this day whom ye shall serve, the highest that's within you or the lowest that's within you. When you have joy, the circumstances, the situations, the external things don't affect you, because you're not living your life from the outside in. You're living your life from the inside out. And that's why that joy, as people observe you, that way of life that you have chosen, past all human understanding, said, how could he still be happy in the midst of this? Well, it might not make sense, but it does create joy when it's a way of life.
So anyone who wants to succeed, whatever we want to do, if you want to win the race, if you want to lift the weights, whatever you want to do, You have to open yourself up and allow for the muscles to work, for the joints to work, the mind and heart and all together, the opener to life. What's that oil that allows everything to work and grow is joy.
I've heard that joy takes the friction out of living.
Beautiful.
If you're just joining us, I'm talking to two individuals that I admire very much, and I wrote the foreword to this book. And if you're ready to have less stress in your life and being willing to learn a new way of life and how you live your life, to have more joy, to create and cultivate peace, harmony, and joy. This book is a blueprint on how to get there. You're gonna learn a lot of stuff. I mean, and what I realize is that reading is like going to see a movie that you've seen many times, like Forrest Gump. Every time I see it, I see some stuff that I didn't see before, and every time I read it, I see some stuff that I didn't see before. I mean, you guys, I told you earlier, this was a download, all right? And so I'm encouraging you to get this book. It's powerful. And not only for yourself, but get it for people that you care about. Get it for your family, for friends, for the people that you work with. Because as we look at where we are right now, we need the tools to help navigate this new space, this place where we are that we have never been before. And as bad as it looks, here's what I know. In the midst of a surgery, it looks like a murder, but on the other side is a healing. And when you have less stress, you can accelerate the healing because now you can use the tool of joy to connect with your family members and have more peace, the team and the people that you work with and your friends. And as you look at yourself, have more harmony within yourself and your relationships and be able to create joy in the midst of all these things that's going on right now.
And so I want you to share about the things that you are going to be teaching people, things that they can learn, and various businesses that they can go into and have the kind of coaching they need that will ensure the possibility of them succeeding. But I like something you said, and I have never seen before in my 77 years on the planet, that the average person, even in coming and becoming a part of the business, you don't succeed, you will still win. Explain that.
All right. Well, in the digital learning platform, Mr. Brown, what we wanted to do was be able to touch where the world is going, but also give people an opportunity to win where the world is right now. So with the metaverse, a lot of people are still not knowledgeable about
I want you to explain the metaverse. Please talk about it.
All right. So the best
I don't know. I hear about it, but I don't know what the metaverse is.
This is the best explanation I can give you for the metaverse. Remember when the internet first came out, where people were kind of skeptical about it? Well, what was the internet? The internet was another world where we could communicate and where people could buy different goods and services. They could sell different goods and services. It was a whole new world. Before, if you were going to sell something, you had to be in person, right? You couldn't sell it on the internet. Well, the metaverse, it's a whole new world where communication will take place. And also, goods and services will be sold and bought in the metaverse as well.
You say information could take place. How can you sell in this new platform, this new expanded vision of using technology? How is it different than traditional internet communication?
You know how like you built an arena, a physical arena that people came to?
Yes.
Well, in the metaverse, you can actually build an arena where people can come and see a Les Brown do an actual speech, but they're at home, right? And they can actually pay to get into that actual event in the metaverse.
And I'm at home and they're at home.
Exactly. But they have the live experience as if they were in an arena.
Wow. What you talk about, Willis?
So one of the things that we're doing, we'll host events in the metaverse, and people that are part of our network, they can sell tickets to other individuals that want to participate, and they'll keep 50% of the proceeds. And this is where cryptocurrency comes into play, because crypto, because it's digital, that will be the main currency that's actually used in the metaverse.
This is really advanced. And then there are other opportunities, things that you're teaching people, other businesses that they can dwell into and learn about.
Yeah, real estate, Airbnb. How do I capitalize on the real estate market without actually owning any real estate? You can do that through Airbnb. And then you couple that with a Turo business, which is a transportation business, where I can have an Airbnb listing, but I can have my car in addition to that listing. So now you have a car that you can rent directly from me. So it gives me multiple streams of income with a real estate business and also a transportation business. And then financial literacy, attraction marketing. These are all things that people need, not just to be able to make money, but also to understand how to multiply it, how to grow it, how to preserve it, how to pass it on to other generations. It says a good man leaves an inheritance for their kids. And one of the most powerful ways to actually leave wealth is through insurance. But a lot of people still don't have life insurance today. They're not knowledgeable on how they can get their hands on these products that they can use while they're alive to actually create financial freedom for themselves.
Mr. Imonitie, this sounds exciting and thrilling. And they say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Well, I'm not a dog, but I can bark. Woof, woof. And this is a good thing. Stevie Wonder could see how exciting this is and what the possibilities are. And we want to help you take this to the masses, because your goal and vision is to empower and to create millions of millionaires and to impact 1 billion families. That's exciting. That's audacious. And if anybody on the planet can do it, I know that you can do this. I want, ladies and gentlemen, this class, this young man, he's a great instructor, a great teacher. And I'm betting on him. I'll put my name and reputation on him. I want you to go to thebillionvision.com. It's limited access, thebillionvision.com. You have to take advantage of the opportunity and the lifetime of the opportunity. So I want you to go there right now, and you're going to receive information. David is going to do this special class and go in depth on how you can participate. Once again, that's thebillionvision.com. It's a special Zoom that David T. Imonitie. Yes, what you want me to say? Okay, very good. Now, is there anything else that you'd like to add?
Well, I would like to say thank you for doing this. Obviously, you don't have to do it, but you saw something and felt something that caused you to say, yeah, this is something I want to share with the people that know and love you and trust you. You've been a national, international treasure, a world treasure to all of us. Your voice was the voice that kept people going, kept them believing in themselves. So I definitely want to say thank you and congratulations on everything you've accomplished and going to continue to accomplish as well.
Thank you so much. Imonitie, I want you to know you're a bad brother up in here. And I'm going to be in the class myself. I want to let everybody know I'm not in the business. I get no benefit from this, but I just felt in my heart, and I believe follow your heart, for your heart is where your treasures also. I just felt a connection with you, and I shared the vision. I saw the excitement that Sandra Grace shared when she talked to me about it, and she just gave me a glimpse of what you're doing, the kind of work that you're doing, and the ambitious goal of impacting 1 billion families. I said, that's what I'm talking about. Your goal is to impact the world. And so I'm excited.
about helping you. You are my future. You have a longer shelf life than I do. And so I believe what Jake said, there's no success without successors. I'm going to do everything that I possibly can with the time that I have left on the planet to help you to achieve your goal of impacting 1 billion families. God bless the day you were born. You have something special, David. You have greatness in you. That's my story. Now I'm sticking to it.
Thank
Bye
you, sir.
for now. Ladies and gentlemen, I tell you, I've had a lot of guests and various people that I've had an opportunity to speak with. He's different. He's what Henry David Thoreau said, do not go where the path may lead, go where there's no path and leave a trail. This young man, he's the real deal. Do you feel what I feel when you hear him speak? And as he shared that vision, put some fire in the comment section. Let me see if you feel what I feel and you hear what I hear and saw what I saw. I think he's the real deal. Yes, indeed, he's the real deal. That's my story. But I want to see if you can feel energy. To me is very important, very important. And there's an authenticity, there's a genuineness, there's a realness about him. And I think this is a great opportunity, an opportunity that you have to take advantage of it in the lifetime of the opportunity. But most importantly, opportunities are not as important as who's behind it, who's doing this. Because whenever someone is talking about a business opportunity in this day and age where we have leaders just lying out of the side of their neck, leaders are saying, don't believe your lying eyes, that they have no relationship with the truth. And so we question everything. We don't know, for the most part, what's real. But when you listen to your heart, come on, somebody, well, you know, when you see the real deal, there's something about it. There's something that you feel that you say, this is it. This is it. And so when I talked to Sandra and I said, introduce me to this young man. I've been around the block. This ain't my first rodeo. I've seen a thing or two. And I tell you, trust me on this. Allow me to share this with you. Be a part of this special class. I'm going to be first learning everything that I possibly can and have my children and my grandchildren there learning and people who share my vision of what's possible today. Let's not just focus on the problems. Let's focus on some solutions, what we can do now in this space where we are right now. Go to thebillionvision.com and sign up for this Zoom. It's going to be packed, and you want to take advantage of the opportunity in the lifetime of the opportunity. Go there now. Become a part of it. Thebillionvision.com. When will it be, Les? When you sign up, you're going to get the information. Just leave your email information. There will be a communication with you so that you can take advantage of it. All right? So thank you very much. I really enjoyed talking to David Imonitie.
You have a lot of quotes. Do you advise to have a lot of quotes to grow?
You know what? I just went downstairs to the hotel and asked him, what is my room number? I don't know where these quotes come from. I study a lot. When I first started out, I disciplined myself to learn about 3 quotes a day. Somebody taped me one time. I gave a lecture at a Manpower conference with Bishop T.D. Jakes, and they said I did over 215 quotes, and I never repeated myself. So I love quotes. It's a passion of mine, and so they come up when they come up at the appropriate time.
And you have your own quotes?
I have my own, and I study a lot of other individuals. And once I hear it, I repeat it to myself and reuse it in conversation. When I'm training speakers, I tell them the best speakers are the best listeners, to listen to things that touch your heart, and then use it in conversation over and over again, and then use it on stage when you're speaking to an audience.
Yeah, not only you and your thought, but also the people who are...
Everybody that's around you.
Great. And do you advise to people to write their own quotes?
I think that yes, you want to write, but sometimes you are saying them and you can't hear them because you can't see the picture when you're in the frame. And so when I tell people, if you're speaking, to always record yourself, because there are things that's going to come up, inspiration, revelations you will receive. You say, whoa, where did that
It was
come
great.
from? That's right, yes. And so you want to record that.
I record everything.
Yes, that's good. That's a very good habit.
I have a weird question for you. Maybe the first time you have this question. According to you, how can we become a loser? Do you have advice?
I
keys?
think that the key to being a loser
Yeah, very important.
is not loving and appreciating yourself
Okay.
and allowing what other people think of you become more important to you than what you think of yourself.
Wow. It's a new advice. Thank you.
Yeah, that we were born to do something. You're here to do a work. The two most important moments in our lives, it's been said, the day that we're born and the day that we realize why we were born. And if you don't know, if you want to live a life of misery, don't try and find out. But if you want to live a life that has meaning and value and a sense of direction, spend as much time as you possibly can to answer the question, why am I here? And not
So you wonder yourself a lot of
yes,
time.
yes. So don't ask what is the meaning of life. Ask what is the meaning of my life? What am I supposed to do? What is this work that I was chosen, that God saw something in you, that you were chosen, 1 out of 400 million sperm. He saw something in David. What was it that he saw? He saw something in Judy. He saw something in Les. There was something that caused us to be here. And I believe there's a work for us to do. That there's something that if we don't do it, then the world will be deprived. And finding out what that something is, that element, the element is when what you love to do and what you were born to do come together that will allow you to show up in life in a bigger way.
So our job is to find what we love.
What is it you love to do? That you weren't born to work for a living, but to live your making, and living your making will make your living.
You think your enemy is outside. It's not. It's not your boss. It's not your situation. It's not even your past. Your real enemy is right there between your ears. It's those silent, subtle, sneaky habits that are stealing your time, your confidence, your potential. Every single day you wake up on a battlefield. And if you're not fighting, you're already losing. There are 7 habits, 7 invisible chains you must battle every single day, or they will bury your dreams while you're still alive. The first is procrastination. That moment you say, I'll do it later, is the moment your future gets postponed. Again, you think you're buying time, but you're selling your destiny. The second is negative self-talk, that quiet voice that whispers, you're not good enough, you'll fail, who do you think you are? That voice is not truth, it's poison. You don't need haters when your own mind is tearing you apart. The third is comfort seeking. Your comfort zone is a coffin. Every great thing in life lives on the other side of discomfort, but most people don't grow because they won't go through the pain. You've got to be willing to be uncomfortable if you want to rise. Then comes comparison. Social media has made it so easy to compare your real life to someone else's highlight reel. And every time you do that, you're draining your power. Stop looking sideways, your lane, your race, your pace. Excuse making is number 5. Excuses are just stories we tell ourselves to stay small. Every excuse you make is a wall you build between you and greatness. Stop justifying, start executing. Number 6 is lack of discipline. Look, motivation is great, but it's not reliable. Discipline is the king. Discipline is doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. Without it, you're a slave to your moods, your habits, your weakness. And the seventh habit, maybe the deadliest of them all, fear of failure. Not afraid of failing, you're afraid of people seeing you fail. That fear is your cage. And unless you break it, you'll stay trapped in a life far smaller than the one you're capable of living. This is not just another motivational speech. This is a call to war. These habits don't take a day off, and neither can you. Fight them every single day or get used to living a life that never reaches its full potential. You've got greatness inside you, but only if you're willing to go to war for it. You keep telling yourself you've got time, that you'll do it tomorrow, that one more scroll won't hurt, that one more hour of rest is deserved, that the deadline isn't that close. But let me tell you something straight. Procrastination is not a harmless habit. It's a thief. A silent, smiling thief that robs you of your potential while convincing you that everything's okay. It whispers comfort in your ear while it digs the grave of your dreams. Every time you delay the work, every time you hit snooze, every time you say, I'll start on Monday, you are making a micro decision to not live at your highest level. And the danger isn't that you're lazy. The danger is that you've made it normal. You've normalized delay. You've normalized putting off your purpose for another day. But guess what? That other day isn't guaranteed. Life doesn't owe you more time. You don't know how many Mondays you've got left. And even if you did, what kind of life are you building by constantly delaying your breakthrough? Procrastination is the killer of momentum. It's the dream assassin that doesn't need to fight hard. It just waits for you to relax. Because the truth is, success doesn't require genius. It doesn't demand perfection. It demands urgency. It demands consistency. It demands that you show up when you don't feel like it, that you work when you're tired, that you move even when there's no applause. And procrastination is the voice in your head telling you the exact opposite. Take it easy, it says. You've got time, it whispers. But later never comes. Only now is real. And let's be honest, procrastination isn't about time management. It's about fear. Fear of starting. Fear of failing. Fear of not being good enough. You delay not because you don't care, but because deep down you care too much and you're afraid you won't measure up. So you choose to avoid, you distract yourself with the small stuff to avoid the big work that truly matters. You pretend to be busy when really you're just hiding, but let me tell you this, every minute you spend avoiding the thing that matters, you're feeding the fear. You're reinforcing the belief that you're not ready, not worthy, not capable. And that's a lie. You are ready, you are capable. But you've got to break the habit of waiting. You've got to wake up every day and decide that today matters. That this hour, this minute, this task is the bridge between who you are and who you're meant to be. You want transformation? You want success? Then stop flirting with your dreams and start showing up like they're already yours. Because until you treat your goals like they're urgent, they'll stay out of reach. You've got to get to a point where procrastination becomes painful, where delaying your vision feels like betrayal, where wasting a day hurts more than working through discomfort. You've got to rewire your brain to see action as your default setting, not waiting, not hesitating, not analyzing until you're paralyzed. Just doing, moving, executing. You don't need more planning, you need more doing. You don't need more motivation, you need more discipline. You don't need a sign. This is your sign. Look around at the people who are winning. They're not the smartest, the strongest, or the luckiest. They're the ones who got sick of waiting, sick of standing in their own way, sick of wasting potential. They decide they'd rather make mistakes while moving than stay perfect while stuck. That's how you beat procrastination. Not by eliminating it entirely, but by choosing action anyway. By recognizing the moment your brain tries to delay and doing it anyway. By showing that your vision matters more than your comfort. Because the truth is, your future is not built in some distant someday, it's built in this very moment, right now. With the decision you make next, are you going to sit back and wait for the right time, or are you going to rise up, punch procrastination in the mouth, and declare that your time is now? Because that's what greatness demands, not perfection, not permission, just action, raw, bold, relentless action, even if it's messy, even if it's scary, especially when it's hard. Stop lying to yourself, stop selling yourself short. You weren't born to hesitate, you weren't born to delay, you were born to execute, born to build, born to dominate. And every day you let procrastination win, you're losing more than time, you're losing yourself. Don't let that happen. Not today, not anymore. Time to fight back, one decision at a time, one step at a time, and it starts now. There's a voice inside your head, and it talks more than anyone else in your life. It's with you when you wake up, it walks with you through the day, and it whispers to you when you lie in bed. The question is that voice building you or is it breaking you? Because for most people, that voice isn't a coach, it's a critic. It's not lifting them up, it's keeping them down. And here's the scary part. They've been hearing that voice for so long, they started believing it. You're not good enough. You'll always mess it up. You'll never change. Who do you think you are? That's not truth. That's not reality. That's a loop, a broken record created by past pain, rejection, fear, and failure. And the more you listen, the deeper it wires into your identity. Negative self-talk is mental poison. You don't need enemies when your own mind is attacking you 24/7. You could be in the room with 10 people cheering you on, and one small voice in your head can still make you feel like you don't belong. You could have talent, ambition, and fire. But if the voice in your head says you're not enough, you'll sabotage your own greatness. That voice isn't just annoying, it's dangerous. It can stop you from starting, it can stop you from finishing, and worst of all, it can stop you from even trying. Think about this. When a friend makes a mistake, you tell them it's okay, you'll bounce back, you've got this. But when you mess up, what do you say? I'm such an idiot. Why do I always do this? I knew I'd fail. You talk to yourself in ways you'd never talk to someone you love. And that's the problem. If you wouldn't say it to someone you care about, why say it to yourself? Because the truth is, the most important relationship you'll ever have isn't with your parents, your partner, or your friends. It's with you. And if that relationship is toxic, no amount of success will feel like enough. You'll always feel like you're faking it, like you don't deserve it, like it's just a matter of time before it all crumbles. But here's the shift. Your mind is programmable. That voice, no matter how loud it's been, no matter how long it's ruled your life, can be retrained. You can change the dialogue. You can rewrite the script. You can catch yourself in the act and say, no, I'm done being my own enemy. I'm done tearing myself apart. I am not my failures. I am not my flaws. I am not my fear. You start by becoming aware. You don't fight the voice with more noise. You fight it with truth. You fight it with evidence. You remind yourself of what you've survived, of what you've built, of how many times you could have quit but didn't. You silence the lies by speaking louder with facts. And let me tell you this, confidence is not about being perfect. It's not about never doubting yourself. Confidence is built every time you disobey that negative voice. Every time you say, I'm scared, but I'm doing it anyway. Every time you show up when that voice told you to hide. Every time you fall and rise again. That's how you shift the identity. That's how you take your power back. You don't have to be your worst critic. You can become your strongest ally. You can be the voice in your own head that says, let's go. That says, you've got this. But it won't happen by accident. It won't happen by hoping. It happens through repetition, through intention, through daily mental reps. Just like you train your body, you got to train your mind. Read powerful words. Speak life into yourself. Surround yourself with energy that fuels you. Stop letting the weakest parts of your past define the strongest parts of your future. And remember this, the most successful people in the world, they've heard the same voices you do. They've battled the same doubts, the same fears. The difference is they stopped listening. They chose to lead themselves instead. They chose new beliefs, and so can you. So the next time that voice shows up, and it will, don't let it win. Don't argue with it. Replace it. Rewrite it. Reclaim your mind. Because if you win the war in your head, nothing outside you can stop you. Not failure, not rejection, not criticism, nothing. When you become your own biggest believer, the world has no choice but to follow your lead. Comfort feels good. It's where you find temporary relief, temporary peace. It's that place where you don't have to push yourself, where you can just sit back and breathe easy. But let me tell you something right now. Comfort is a trap. It's the invisible cage that keeps your true potential locked up. It's the silent killer of growth. The moment you decide that comfort is more important than progress, you've already made the decision to settle for a life that's far beneath what you're capable of. Comfort is not your friend, it's the enemy disguised as relaxation, disguised as self-care, disguised as taking it easy. But let me ask you this, how many people do you know who reached greatness by taking it easy? How many legends, how many titans, how many icons do you know who achieved extraordinary success by staying comfortable? The answer is none. Every successful person you admire, they've been through hell. They've been through hardship. They've pushed themselves far beyond their comfort zone. They've made discomfort their best friend, their greatest ally. You see, growth doesn't happen in comfort. It happens when you're stretched beyond your limits, when you're forced to evolve, when you have no choice but to rise. When you seek comfort, you're making the decision to stop growing. You're choosing stagnation over expansion. You're choosing mediocrity over excellence. And here's the harsh truth. If you stay in your comfort zone long enough, you'll start to die inside. You'll lose your hunger. You'll lose your fire. You'll lose your ambition. Because the moment you settle for good enough, you've just created a gap between where you are and where you could be. And that gap is your enemy. That gap is your killer. The longer you sit in comfort, the further you drift from your destiny. Look at every great person who's ever lived. They all have one thing in comfort. They chose challenge over complacency. Struggle over ease, uncertainty over safety. You think they weren't scared? You think they didn't want to stay cozy, to relax, to avoid the hard stuff? Of course they did. But they knew that the moment they chose comfort, they would lose everything they were meant to become. So they pushed and they fought and they grew. They made discomfort their daily companion. And because of that, they created extraordinary lives. Lives that inspire others to get out of their own comfort zones. The truth is, your comfort zone is a prison. It's a prison that keeps you small, it keeps you safe, but it also keeps you stagnant. It convinces you that just getting by is enough. But deep down, you know it's not. You know there's more in you. You know you have greatness inside of you, but that greatness will never come out if you stay comfortable. Comfort doesn't help you become who you were meant to be. It helps you remain exactly where you are. And if you're okay with that, then by all means, keep seeking comfort. But if you're ready to take your life to the next level, if you're ready to play a bigger game, then it's time to step into discomfort. It's time to get uncomfortable. The first step to greatness is the willingness to be uncomfortable. You've got to push yourself every day to do the things that scare you, that challenge you, that stretch you beyond your limits. Every time you say yes to discomfort, you're saying no to average. Every time you choose to do the hard thing, the painful thing, the scary thing, you're evolving into the person you need to become to achieve your dreams. Success is not about playing it safe. It's about risking, failing, falling, getting back up, and pushing yourself further than you've ever gone before. Every time you're tempted to stay in your comfort zone, ask yourself this: do I want to be a victim of my own fears, or do I want to be the hero of my own story? Because comfort won't make you a hero. Comfort won't help you leave a legacy. Comfort won't help you make the impact you were born to make. But discomfort will push you. Discomfort will make you stronger. Discomfort will force you to become unstoppable. So the next time you feel the pull of comfort, the urge to stop, the temptation to ease up, remember this: comfort is your enemy, and the discomfort you feel is the fire forging your future. Embrace it, pursue it, because the only thing standing between you and your dreams is your willingness to be uncomfortable. Your growth is on the other side of your fear, and your destiny is on the other side of that discomfort. If you want to make something great of your life, you have to choose the hard path. You have to choose the path of growth. You have to choose discomfort. Because at the end of the day, it's not comfort that will give you the life you want. It's courage. It's discipline. It's the willingness to step into the unknown, to take risks, and to push beyond the limits you've set for yourself. The life you want is out there, waiting for you. But it's not going to find you in the comfort zone. You've got to go after it, and that means you've got to get uncomfortable. Stop comparing yourself to others. It's the greatest thief of your potential. Let me tell you something straight. When you compare, you lose. You lose your peace, you lose your focus, and most importantly, you lose yourself. Because the moment you start measuring your success against someone else's, you've already bought into a lie. You're not them. You're not living their life, fighting their battles, or walking their path. And yet so many people get caught in this trap, thinking they have to be exactly like someone else to succeed. Well, I'm here to tell you that's a lie. You weren't born to be a copy of someone else. You were born to be the best version of you. The problem with comparison is that it robs you of your authenticity. It forces you to focus on everyone else, on their achievements, on their success, on their progress, instead of focusing on your own. You start looking at their highlight reel and think you're falling behind. You think you're not enough. You think you're missing something. But let me ask you this. How many times have you looked at someone's life from the outside and assumed that everything was perfect for them? How many times have you envied someone's success without knowing the battles they've fought to get there? How many times have you felt that sting of inadequacy because you thought someone else had it better? Let me tell you this, no one is perfect. No one. Even the people you admire, the people who seem to have it all, they've had their struggles, their failures, their doubts. They've fought their own battles, and they've been where you are right now. But here's the difference. They didn't let comparison hold them back. They didn't look at other people's journeys and think, I'll never be like that. No, they said, I'm going to walk my own path. I'm going to create my own story. When you compare yourself to someone else, you're robbing yourself of your own greatness. You're forgetting the truth that your journey is unique. Your timing is unique. Your challenges, your victories, they're all part of a story that is entirely yours. And when you focus on what someone else is doing, you stop being present in your own life. You stop seeing the incredible progress you've already made. You stop recognizing your own victories, no matter how small they seem. Comparison steals your joy. it keeps you in a state of dissatisfaction, because the moment you start measuring yourself against someone else, you're never going to feel good enough. The only person you should be comparing yourself to is you. Look at where you were yesterday. Look at what you've already overcome. Look at how far you've come. Progress isn't about becoming someone else. It's about becoming the best version of yourself. Success isn't about having more than the person next to you. It's about being more than you were yesterday. And the moment you realize that, the moment you stop comparing your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20, you're going to unlock a power inside of you that you never knew existed. So stop wasting your time measuring your success by someone else's standards. The truth is, there's always going to be someone who's ahead of you. There's always going to be someone who's doing something you wish you could do. There's always going to be someone who seems like they have it all together, but here's the secret: those people aren't you. They have their own journey, their own struggles, their own path. You can admire them, but you don't have to be them. You don't need their life to create your own greatness. You don't need their blueprint to write your own. Every second you spend looking at someone else's life, you're wasting time you could be using to improve your own. Every moment you spend feeling envious, you're denying yourself the opportunity to grow. So stop comparing and start creating. Stop looking at what everyone else is doing and start focusing on what you're doing. Stop measuring your success by someone else's standards and start defining success on your own terms. If you really want to win in life, stop competing with the people around you. Start competing with yourself. Ask yourself, am I better today than I was yesterday? Am I closer to my goals than I was last week? Am I more committed to my vision today than I was last month? That's how you win. That's how you grow, not by trying to beat someone else at their game, but by becoming the best player in your own. You are not in a race with anyone but yourself. There's no finish line but the one you set for yourself. You don't have to be anyone else. You don't have to live someone else's dream. You don't have to follow someone else's path. You've got your own. And when you fully embrace that truth, when you stop comparing yourself to others and start investing in your own growth, that's when you'll step into your power. That's when you'll find the freedom to truly be yourself. And that, my friend, is when you will shine. Fear of failure. Everyone's been there. It's that gut-wrenching feeling that holds you back, keeps you stuck, makes you question your every move. It whispers, what if you fail? What if it doesn't work out? What if you look stupid? What if people laugh at you? Let me tell you something. Failure is not your enemy. Fear of failure is your enemy, because that thing that stops you from taking the leap. It's the thing that keeps you from moving forward. It's the thing that tells you to play it safe, to stay small, to avoid risk. But I'm here to tell you, failure is your greatest teacher. It's not something to fear, it's something to embrace, because every failure you encounter is one step closer to your ultimate success. The reason people are so afraid of failure is because they've been taught to see it as the end. We've been conditioned to think that failure is a dead end, that it's something that defines us, that it means we're not good enough. But that's a lie. Failure doesn't define you, it refines you. It doesn't mean you're broken, it means you're learning. Every time you fail, you gain wisdom, you gain experience, you gain strength. It's the only way to grow. It's the only way to discover your true power. Every successful person you look up to, every icon, every legend, every billionaire, they've failed. They've failed big. They failed publicly. And guess what? They didn't let it stop them. They didn't let it define them. They used it to fuel their fire unless you stop. It's not failing that will keep you from your dreams. It's quitting that will. Every time you try and fall short, you learn, you adapt, you rise. But the only way to guarantee failure is to never try. So you have to ask yourself, would you rather risk failing, or would you rather risk never going after what you truly want in this life? The fear of failure is often rooted in the fear of what others will think. What if people judge me? What if they think I'm not good enough? But here's the hard truth. The world isn't paying as much attention to you as you think. People are too busy with their own lives to criticize yours. And even if they do, so what? Their opinion doesn't matter. What matters is that you showed up. What matters is that you tried. What matters is that you took action despite the fear, despite the doubts. And that, my friend, is how you conquer the fear of failure. By understanding that other people's opinions don't define your worth. Their judgments don't stop your journey. The only thing that stops you is you. Fear of failure also comes from the illusion of control. We think that if we do everything right, if we follow the perfect plan, if we execute everything according to the book, we won't fail. But let me tell you, there is no such thing as perfect. There is no such thing as a foolproof plan. There is only taking action and adapting along the way. And guess what? You don't have to have it all figured out right now. You don't have to know exactly how it's all going to unfold. What you have to do is move. Move with purpose, move with intention, and move knowing that failure is just part of the process. You're not meant to have everything figured out from day one. You're meant to figure it out along the way. So stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting for the perfect plan. The perfect time is now. Here's the thing about failure. It's inevitable. If you want to do something great, something meaningful, something that scares you, you will fail. You will fall down. You will face setbacks. But here's the game changer. That's not a sign to stop. It's a sign to keep going. Because failure doesn't mean you're not good enough. It doesn't mean you can't make it. It just means you're one step closer to the success that's waiting for you. Every time you fall, you're learning what doesn't work. And that's progress. That's momentum. That's growth. Because the people who win in life aren't the ones who avoid failure. They're the ones who keep going when everyone else would quit. They're the ones who turn their failures into fuel. So let me ask you this. Are you willing to fail? Are you willing to face the fear, step into the unknown and try even when you're not sure it will work out? Because the only way to guarantee that you'll never fail is to never try. And if you're not trying, you're not living. You're not pushing yourself, you're not growing, and that, my friend, is a life that's wasted. You were not born to play it safe. You were born to take risks. You were born to fail, and you were born to rise again. The only true failure in life is not trying, it's not going after what you want, because you're afraid of what might happen. And let me tell you, if you can get over the fear of failure, if you can push through the doubts, if you can stand tall after every setback, that's when you'll experience real freedom. That's when you'll step into your true power. So the next time fear whispers in your ear telling you to play it safe, remember this. The only thing you have to fear is not trying. Negative self-talk. We all do it. We all have that voice inside our heads that tells us we're not good enough, not smart enough, not worthy of success. That voice that whispers, you'll never make it. You're not cut out for this. Who do you think you are to try? And let me tell you, that voice is a liar. That voice is the biggest obstacle you'll ever face. Not the economy, not other people, not even the external circumstances you're in. You know, the biggest obstacle is the voice inside your head telling you that you can't. Here's the truth. What you say to yourself is more powerful than anything anyone else could ever say to you. Your words are spells. They're shaping your reality. Your self-talk is creating your world, your life, your future. So when you tell yourself you're not good enough, guess what? You're programming yourself to fail. When you tell yourself you're not worthy, you're blocking your own blessings. When you tell yourself you can't, you're making sure that you won't. The language you speak to yourself matters. Think about it. How many times have you caught yourself saying, I can't do this. I'm not strong enough. I'm not smart enough. You've probably said those things more times than you realize, but guess what? Those words are not the truth. They're just thoughts. And here's the powerful part. You have control over your thoughts. You don't have to believe everything that crosses your mind. You don't have to accept the negativity. You can challenge it. You can change it. You can replace it with something more powerful. The moment you change the way you talk to yourself, your entire reality changes. You're not defined by the negative thoughts that pop into your head. You're defined by how you respond to them. The first step to overcoming negative self-talk is awareness. You have to start noticing when you're being negative with yourself. You have to catch those thoughts before they start spiraling. Because here's the deal, those thoughts are like a virus. They spread, they multiply, and before you know it, they take over your entire mindset. But the moment you catch yourself thinking something negative, you can stop it in its tracks. You can say, no, that's not true. I am enough. I am capable. I am worthy. You can interrupt those thoughts with something empowering. And when you start doing that consistently, you'll begin to reprogram your mind for success. Negative self-talk doesn't just hold you back, it hurts you. It damages your self-esteem, your confidence, your ability to take action. The more you tell yourself you can't do something, the more you believe it, and the more you believe it, the less likely you are to take the action required to make it happen. But here's the beautiful thing. You can flip that script. You can change the narrative. You can stop waiting for permission from the world to believe in yourself. It all starts with the way you talk to you. Instead of saying, can't do this, try saying, I'm learning how to do this. Instead of saying, I'm not good enough, say, I'm growing, I'm improving, and every day I get closer to where I want to be. Instead of saying, this is impossible, say, this is challenging, but I'm up for it. You see, language matters. It's the difference between staying stuck in fear and moving forward with confidence. It's the difference between playing small and playing big. But here's the kicker. Negative self-talk doesn't just come from you. It comes from the conditioning we've received throughout our lives. Society, family, friends, teachers, media. We've all been fed the message that we're not enough, that we need to be more, do more, achieve more, and if we don't meet those standards, we're somehow falling short. But I'm here to tell you that those standards are arbitrary. They're not your truth. Your truth is that you are enough right here, right now. You have everything inside of you to create the life you desire. The only thing standing in your way is the voice inside your head telling you otherwise. So here's what I want you to do. Start flipping the script. Every time that voice of negativity shows up, fight back with affirmations of power, confidence, and belief in yourself. Start speaking to yourself like you would speak to your best friend, with kindness, encouragement, and love. You wouldn't tell your best friend that they're not good enough. So why would you say that to yourself? You're worthy, you're capable, you're unstoppable. And every time you affirm that, you reinforce that truth within yourself. You build a foundation of confidence that can't be shaken. And let me tell you this, the moment you stop believing the negative self-talk, the moment you start trusting in your power, that's when your life will change. You'll stop holding yourself back. You'll stop second-guessing yourself. You'll stop doubting your potential. And you'll step into your greatness like never before. Your mind is the most powerful tool you've got. It's the key to unlocking everything you want in life. So start using it to your advantage. Start feeding it thoughts of success, of power, of confidence. Start speaking life into your dreams. Because you're not a victim of your thoughts. You are the creator And when you take control of your self-talk, you take control of your destiny. Procrastination, we all know it, we've all felt it. It's that voice that says, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it later, I'm just not in the mood right now. It's the thing that holds us back from doing what we know we need to do. It's the thing that steals our time, our potential, and our success. And I'm here to tell you, procrastination is never your friend. It's not a minor problem you can ignore. It's a dream killer. It's a momentum killer. And if you don't deal with it head on, it will sabotage everything you want to achieve. Here's the truth. Procrastination isn't about being lazy. It's about fear. Fear of failure, fear of success, fear of the unknown. And all those fears are based on a false belief. The belief that if we wait, if we delay, if we avoid taking action, then somehow we'll be safer. But here's what's crazy. The longer you wait, the more fear builds. The more doubt creeps in. And the more you let procrastination take control, the more it robs you of the very things you want most. Your goals, your dreams, your happiness, your success. Procrastination isn't about time management. It's about emotional management. It's about the discomfort you feel when you think about taking action. Maybe it's the fear of failure that paralyzes you. Maybe it's the overwhelm of a big task that feels too much to tackle. Maybe it's the perfectionism that says if it's not perfect, it's not worth doing. But let me tell you, those emotions are normal. Every successful person has felt them. Every champion has had moments where they wanted to quit, to delay, to give in to procrastination. But the difference between the successful and the unsuccessful is this. The successful push through the discomfort. They take action despite the fear. They move forward even when they don't feel ready. And you can do that too. You want to know the key to overcoming procrastination? Make the first step as easy as possible. Take the smallest possible action to break through the inertia. It doesn't matter if the task seems huge. Start with something so simple, so small, that you can't help but do it. And once you take that first step, momentum will kick in. The hardest part is always starting. But once you begin, the floodgates open, the energy builds, and suddenly the task you were avoiding doesn't seem so overwhelming anymore. Here's another thing. Procrastination thrives on perfectionism. The idea that if it's not perfect, it's not worth doing. But here's the reality. Perfection doesn't exist. And guess what? If you wait for the perfect moment to take action, you'll be waiting forever. The perfect moment never comes, but progress is always available. It's about moving forward with what you've got, imperfect as it may be, and improving along the way. There's no such thing as a flawless start, but there's a powerful finish waiting for those who begin. The truth is, action breeds clarity. When you start, you'll learn. You'll adapt. And you'll figure out how to improve along the way. But you'll never know how to improve if you're still sitting there waiting for everything to be perfect. Procrastination also stems from the fear of being judged. You might worry about what others think of you if you fail. You might worry that you won't be good enough. You might worry that people will criticize you. But here's the truth. The only person who gets to decide your worth is you. The world doesn't have time to judge you as much as you think they do. People are too focused on their own lives. So stop worrying about what others might think and focus on what you think about yourself. And if you're going to judge yourself for not taking action. Because there's no greater regret than the regret of not even trying. Another reason people procrastinate is because they overestimate the difficulty of the task. We tend to make things seem harder than they really are. We look at a big project, a massive goal, and we think, there's no way I can do this. But here's the truth. Most of the time, things are as hard as they seem. When you break a big task down into smaller steps, it becomes much more manageable. You don't have to do everything at once. You don't have to tackle the whole mountain in one leap. Just take one step, then the next, and keep moving forward. Every step you take gets you closer to where you want to be. Now let's talk about your goals. I want you to think about the things you're putting off right now. The things that are weighing on your mind, why haven't you done them yet? Why are you procrastinating? I'll tell you why. Because you don't see the urgency. You don't realize how much those small actions, those small decisions matter in the long run. Every minute you delay is a minute you could have used to get closer to your dreams. Every hour you waste procrastinating is an hour you'll never get back. And the longer you wait, the more momentum you lose. But when you take action, when you move forward with urgency, you create momentum. And that momentum becomes unstoppable. So here's what you need to do. Take action now. Don't wait for the perfect time. Don't wait for the perfect mood. Don't wait for the perfect plan. Just take action. Do something. Do anything. Even if it's small, once you start, the energy will follow. Once you begin, you'll realize that procrastination was the only thing holding you back. And when you break through that wall, you'll feel the power of momentum carrying you forward. The truth is this: the only way to truly defeat procrastination is to make it non-negotiable. You have to develop an internal standard that says, I don't wait, I take action. I don't procrastinate because I understand the cost of doing so. I understand the power of momentum. You need to make it impossible to procrastinate. You need to make action your default. And once you do that, you'll stop being controlled by fear, you'll stop being controlled by doubt, and you'll start taking massive action toward the life you deserve.
Ladies and gentlemen, when life feels like it's piling on, when the storms are relentless and the challenges seem insurmountable, it's easy to let negativity take over. But what if I told you that staying positive in the face of adversity isn't just possible, it's a choice that can change everything. Imagine walking through life's toughest moments with strength, clarity, and resilience, refusing to let circumstances dictate your mood or your future. In this video, I'm going to share the exact strategies that successful people use to stay grounded and positive even when life gets hard. Because the truth is, how you respond to the tough times will determine whether you just survive or whether you thrive. Stick with me. This could be the turning point you've been waiting for. Let me share something important with you, something you already know deep down. Life is not always simple. It never promised to be. In fact, it promised nothing at all, and yet it offers everything. Both opportunities and challenges. Some days everything falls into place. The sun is shining, deals are closing, and the phone rings with good news. Other days it feels as if the world has slammed a closed for business sign right in front of you. That's life. What truly matters is not what happens to you, but how you respond to what happens. Anyone can smile when everything is going well. When the bank account is full and health is good, anyone can celebrate when the crowd is cheering. But the real test of character is how you show up when the storm clouds gather. The real question isn't, will life get tough? The question is, when it does, will you still choose to remain strong? Will you choose to stay positive? Here's the truth. You can't control every event, but you can always control your attitude. You can develop a mindset so strong that even when the world seems to shake, you remain unshaken. Today, I want to provide you with practical tools, no fantasies, just real tools, to help you stay positive, focused, and powerful even when life throws its worst your way. If you're ready to stop being tossed around by every difficult day, if you're ready to build an unshakable mindset, then pay attention, because what you hear today could change everything. Let's begin by understanding one key point. Tough times are part of the process. Let's make one thing clear right from the start. Tough times are not a mistake. They're not a glitch in the system. They are part of the deal we agreed to when we arrived on this planet. Someone once asked me, why is life so hard sometimes? I replied, that's simple. If life wasn't hard, we wouldn't grow, We wouldn't stretch or dig deep enough to discover who we really are. Life is designed to include difficulty, and that's not bad news, it's good news. It's a pivot. And even if you're not good, if difficulty is your default setting, life is designed to include difficulty. And that's not bad news, it's good news. Because inside every challenge lies an opportunity, a lesson, a gift, but you can only receive that gift if you stay in the game. Now, listen closely. The soil says, give me your seed, your effort, your patience, and I'll give you a harvest. Not instantly, not tomorrow, but eventually, if you stay committed to the process. Life is the same. It offers rewards, but it requires work, especially on the hard days, not just the easy ones. Tough times are not the enemy. They are the training ground. They refine you, prepare you, and reveal strengths you never knew existed. Without winter, there's no spring. Without pressure, there's no diamond. Now, you and I have a choice. We can curse the winters, or we can learn how to bundle up and keep moving forward. We can resent the difficulties, or we can let them shape something inside us that success alone could never teach. The real question isn't, will it get tough? The answer to that is already clear. Yes. The real question is, will I become tougher than the challenges I face? Let me give you a simple way to think about it. Don't wish for things to be easier. Wish for you to be better. Don't pray for fewer problems. Pray for more skills. Don't hope for no storms. Hope for stronger wings. And here's the miracle. As you grow stronger, the problems that once seemed overwhelming begin to shrink. They start to appear manageable, like stepping stones rather than obstacles. That's the deal. That's the agreement you and I have with life. It's not designed to make us comfortable. It's designed for our growth. So the next time life pushes, push back harder. When you feel stretched, stretch further. When the winds blow, use them to lift your wings. Remember, you don't build a great life by taking the easy path. You build a great life by walking the tough path with courage, wisdom, and a positive mindset. Today, decide this once and for all. Tough times are part of the process, and you are tougher than you think. Let's move on. Now that you understand that tough times are part of the deal, here's your next task. Protect the garden of your mind. Your mind is a garden, not a desert. It's not a machine, it's a living, breathing garden. And like any garden, if you don't tend to it, something will grow. But most of the time, it won't be good. If you plant seeds of good ideas, positive habits, and encouragement, you'll reap a good harvest. But if you're careless or lazy, weeds will grow. And be warned, weeds don't need watering. They don't need encouragement. They just appear on their own, negativity, doubt, fear, and pessimism. You don't have to ask for them. They show up on their own, on schedule, if you don't protect your mind. So the real question is, are you the gardener or are you the victim of the weeds? It all begins with what you allow into your thoughts. Input equals output. What you listen to, watch, read, and the people you associate with. All of these are seeds. Whether you realize it or not, they're planting something inside you every day. Now, you and I have a decision to make. Will we choose what gets planted or will we let anything take root? Some people unknowingly spend hours planting negative seeds. They stay up late watching the news, filling their minds with tragedy and disaster. They gossip with complainers, listening to stories of failure and resentment. They let pessimists occupy space in their minds for free and then wonder why their hope fades, their courage dries up, and their dreams seem buried under doubt. It's simple. The weeds have taken over. But here's the good news. You can take back control. You can pull the weeds and plant new seeds. You can become the master gardener of your mind. It starts with being intentional about what you feed your thoughts. Feed your mind with books that inspire you, not discourage you. Feed your mind with voices that lift you, not drag you down. Feed your mind with ideas that challenge you to grow, not excuses to stay small. And starve the weeds. Limit the noise. Walk away from gossip. You shut off the negativity. You tell yourself, not in my garden. Because if you don't guard the door of your mind, someone or something else will walk right in. Here's a rule to remember. Stand guard at the door of your mind, just like a security guard stands at the entrance of a bank. Inside are the valuables. And trust me, your mind, your ideas, your hope, your dreams, they're the most valuable assets you have. Treat them that way. So each morning, ask yourself, what am I allowing into my garden today? Is this thought a flower or is it a weed? Is this voice building me up or tearing me down? Tough times will come, yes. But if your mind is strong, if your spirit is pure, and if your hope is alive, then you'll weather the storm better than most. Protect your mind as you would a treasure, because it truly is. It's the richest soil you'll ever work with, and the future harvest depends on how you tend to it today. Let's keep going. Now, let's talk about something that can change everything for you. Your personal philosophy. You see, life is built on principles. Business, relationships, finances, success, they all rely on a set of laws. The question is simple. Are you operating with a strong philosophy or a weak one? What is a philosophy? It's simply what you believe about how life works. It's the set of ideas you use to make decisions, the filter through which you run every opportunity, every challenge, and every setback. Your philosophy is your foundation. And here's the truth. If the foundation is weak, the building doesn't stand for long. If the philosophy is weak, neither will your success. Sadly, most people never take the time to build their own philosophy. They inherit bits and pieces from their parents, their friends, the news and gossip. They're living by default, not by design. And then when life gets tough, when the winds blow and the storms come, they wonder why everything falls apart. It's because they never built the foundation first. They never built a strong personal philosophy. But that's not going to be you. You're going to build something better. You're going to design a philosophy that supports you when life tries to knock you down. A philosophy that says, I am responsible. I can learn. I can grow. I can change. Failure is just feedback, not final. Discipline weighs ounces, but regret weighs tons. Opportunities are everywhere if I train my eyes to see them. Today matters. Small actions repeated daily create massive results. Here's the key. You don't build a strong philosophy overnight. It's not something you can buy off the shelf. You build it the same way you build anything valuable. Brick by brick, day by day, you read inspiring books, listen to wise mentors, reflect on your experiences, and upgrade your philosophy whenever you find a better way of thinking. You take what's useful, discard what's not, and continually refine, sharpen, and polish your beliefs until they're strong enough to carry you through anything. Once you build a strong philosophy, the game changes. You stop being tossed around by every setback, bad mood, or negative headline. You'll have an inner compass, a foundation that doesn't shake. When setbacks come, you'll say, I expected this, I'm ready for this. When opportunities arise, you'll say, I've been preparing for this, let's go. That's the power of a strong philosophy. So here's an assignment for you today. Sit down with a pen and paper and answer this question. What do I believe about success, about failure, about life itself? Write it down. And if you don't like the answers, then that's a good sign. It means you're ready to upgrade. You can rewrite your philosophy anytime you choose. Build it wisely, because everything else, your attitude, your results, your future, will stand or fall based on the foundation you create. Let's keep moving forward. Now, let's talk about mastering your self-talk. Here's a secret about success that many never learn. The most important conversation you'll have today is the one you have with yourself. It's not the conversation with your boss, your family, or anyone else. It's the conversation you have in the quiet moments when no one else is listening, the little voice in your head, your self-talk. And here's the big idea. You are always talking to yourself. The only question is, what are you saying? Most people let their self-talk run wild. They tell themselves things like, I can't do it. I always mess things up. I'm not good enough. They wonder why their life feels stuck. But understand this, your mind believes what you tell it most. Tell it you're a failure, and soon enough, you'll start behaving like one. Tell it you're capable, that you're growing and getting better every day, and your actions will rise to meet those words. You see, self-talk is a tool. You can use it to build yourself up, or you can use it to tear yourself down. The tool doesn't decide, you do. Let me give you a simple rule that changed my life. Never say anything to yourself you wouldn't want to become true, especially if you wouldn't say it to a child you love. Don't say it to yourself. Talk to yourself like you're someone worth coaching, someone worth encouraging, someone worth believing in, because you are. Here's the thing. Positive self-talk isn't about lying to yourself. It's not about pretending problems don't exist. It's about reminding yourself that you're bigger than the problem. It's about saying, I may not have the answer yet, but I'm smart enough to find it. I may be struggling today, but I'm strong enough to overcome it. I may have failed, but I'm not finished. You become your own best coach instead of your worst critic. The mind is tricky. It remembers pain easily. It remembers failure quickly. You have to work harder to plant confidence. You have to work daily to cultivate belief. That's why self-talk isn't a one-time pep talk. It's a daily discipline. You build it like you build a muscle. Repetition, consistency, intention. So, here's your assignment. Starting today, catch yourself when that voice in your head turns negative and answer back. If it says you're not good enough, respond with, I'm learning, I'm growing, I'm making progress. If it says you'll never succeed, answer with, watch me. Talk to yourself like it matters because it does. Your future depends on the words you repeat to yourself today. Your strength depends on it. Your dreams depend on it. Master your self-talk and you'll master your future. Let's move on. Focus on what you can control. One of the greatest lessons you can learn in life is this. You can't control everything, but you can always control something. And that's enough to change everything. Too many people waste their energy, their best energy, worrying about things they have no control over. The economy, the weather, what other people think, what other people say, or what other people do. Now listen closely. Worrying about things beyond your control is like trying to sail a ship without touching the wheel. You drift, you stress, and you get nowhere. But when you focus on what's within your control, your attitude, your effort, your decisions, your character, you suddenly become powerful. You stop being a victim of circumstance and start becoming the creator of your own future. Here's the simple truth. Life becomes lighter the moment you stop carrying what isn't yours to carry. You can't control the traffic, but you can control your patience. You can't control the storm, but you can control how well you prepare. You can't control whether the market goes up or down, but you can control your skills, your service, and your value. Focus on what's in your hands, not what's outside your reach. Now you might say, but what about real problems? What about things that affect me directly? I understand, but the solution is the same. Do what you can where you are with what you have. If you can influence something, take action. If you can't influence it, release it. Control what you feed your mind. Control the words that come out of your mouth. Control the habits you build each day. Control how you treat others. Control how you show up when it's hard. Because here's what I promise you. If you master what's inside your control, the things outside your control lose their power over you. The world can be chaotic, but you can remain calm. The economy can be unstable, but you can be steady. The people around you may be negative, but you can choose to be positive. You can be a thermostat, not a thermometer. Thermometers just reflect the temperature. Thermostats set it. Be the one who sets the temperature of your own life. Here's your assignment for today. Take out a sheet of paper, draw a line down the middle. On the left side, write what I can't control. On the right side, write what I can control. And starting today, every time your mind drifts to the left side, gently but firmly bring it back to the right side. Train yourself to spend your energy only where it counts because energy is precious, focus is priceless, and your future depends on where you aim it. Focus on what you can control and watch your life transform. Let's continue. Choose your associations wisely now. Here's a law of life that you can take to the bank. You will become like the people you spend the most time with. If you spend your days with negative, bitter, or angry people, you will find their attitudes starting to rub off on you. Their doubt will leak into your dreams. Their bitterness will cloud your optimism. Their fear will weigh down your ambition. Association is powerful, more powerful than most people realize. When I first heard this, it shook me awake. I realized that if I wanted to change my life, I had to start by changing my circle. Now, don't misunderstand me. This isn't about judging people harshly. It's about protecting your future. It's about guarding your potential. It's about being wise, not careless. See, some people are lifters. They lift your spirits. They elevate your thinking. They raise your standards. You leave their presence better than when you arrived. Others, unfortunately, are leaners. They lean on your energy, your optimism, your kindness until you have nothing left to give. And some are worse than leaners. They're drainers. They flow away from your life. And some are worse than leaners. They're drainers. They don't just lean, they pull. They pull you down with their excuses, complaints, and small thinking. Your future is far too valuable to leave it in the hands of drainers. So here's what you need to do. Evaluate your associations. Ask yourself, who is bringing out the best in me? Once you identify the people who are pushing you to think bigger, live better, and work harder, as well as those who are pulling you down, making you smaller, and feeding your doubts, you have three choices: dissociate, limit, or expand. Disassociate means there are some people you need to lovingly release from your life. This isn't about bitterness or anger, but wisdom. Bless them and move on. Limit means there are people you may not be able to fully cut off, but you can limit their influence. You have control over the proximity and time spent with them. Expand means you actively seek out associations that lift you. Surround yourself with people who are wiser, stronger, kinder, and sharper. Learn from them. Let their fire light yours. Growth is contagious, as is decay. If you walk with wise people, you become wise. If you walk with complainers, you become cynical. If you walk with courageous people, you become bold. If you walk with fearful people, you become hesitant. Choose wisely because your future depends on it. Now, here's an action step for you. Take an honest inventory of your top 5 associations. Write them down and ask yourself, are these people helping me grow or holding me back? Then make the necessary changes. It may feel uncomfortable, but it's essential because your associations are either watering your dreams or drying them out. Choose wisely and you'll choose a stronger, brighter future. Moving forward, let's talk about strengthening your daily disciplines. Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day, and failure is just a few small errors in judgment repeated over and over. The gap between success and failure isn't wide. It's formed by the small repeated decisions we make. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishments. However, discipline isn't always exciting. It's not glamorous, and it doesn't always feel good, but it works. When life gets tough, when challenges arise, it's your discipline that will become your anchor. Motivation fades, but discipline stays. Discipline shows up when you're tired, discouraged, and uncertain, making you do what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. The key is that you don't have to be extreme, but you do need consistency. You don't have to run a marathon today, but you can lace up your shoes and go for a walk. You don't have to write a whole book today, but you can write 1 page. You don't have to master your craft overnight, but you can practice today. Small disciplines practiced consistently lead to massive results. And the beautiful thing is that discipline gets easier over time, like a muscle. It becomes stronger the more you use it. What once felt difficult will eventually feel easy, and what once seemed impossible will become inevitable. So, what are your daily disciplines right now? Are they helping you move toward the life you want, or are they quietly drifting you further away every day? In every way, you're either building your future or letting it slip away one undisciplined moment at a time. The price of discipline is always less than the price of regret. Your assignment is to choose 3 simple disciplines to commit to, no matter what. They don't have to be big. They just need to be consistent. Maybe it's 10 minutes of reading, 30 minutes of exercise, writing down your goals every morning, or speaking a word of encouragement to someone each day. Choose your 3 disciplines and start today. Feeding your spirit comes from practices that nourish your inner being, not just your intellect. Your spirit is the part of you that craves purpose, meaning, connection, and peace. It's the part of you that thrives on reflection, gratitude, compassion, and faith. Taking time for stillness, meditation, or prayer can ground you and help restore your sense of balance and peace. Giving your spirit the nourishment it needs is essential for maintaining your inner strength, especially during the challenges of life. Without feeding your spirit, even the most successful achievements can feel hollow, leaving you seeking fulfillment in all the wrong places. Your spirit thrives on positive, meaningful experiences and interactions, like being in nature, helping others, practicing kindness, and reflecting on what truly matters. It needs time for rest, time to connect with your higher purpose, and moments to recalibrate your mind and soul. It's easy to get caught up in the hustle, in the constant chase for more information, skills, and achievement. But if you neglect your spirit in the process, you risk feeling disconnected, even if you're ticking off all the boxes in your life. Nourishing your spirit means taking the time to pause, to reflect on your values, your purpose, and your deeper connection to the world around you. This doesn't just improve your well-being, it enhances your resilience. When your spirit is fed, you become more centered, more grounded, and better equipped to handle the stress and difficulties that life inevitably brings. So here's your action step. Think about what feeds your spirit. Is it spending time with loved ones, connecting with nature, or practicing mindfulness? Is it helping someone in need, or simply taking time to reflect on what you're grateful for? Whatever it is, make sure to incorporate it into your daily routine. Your spirit needs nourishment just as much as your mind and body. And when you feed it, you become stronger and more capable of facing whatever comes your way. Let's keep moving forward. And remember, it's not just about what you accomplish, but about who you become along the way. But when you keep your eye on the horizon, you remind yourself that this moment, however tough, is just a small part of a much larger story. It's like a sailor navigating through a storm. Though the waves are crashing all around, the horizon is still there, guiding them. In life, the horizon represents your bigger vision, your goals, your dream. It's the belief that despite the setbacks, the challenges, and the difficulties, something greater is on the other side, waiting for you. To keep your eye on the horizon, you must constantly remind yourself of the purpose behind your actions. What are you working towards? What do you want to create in your life? When you keep that vision alive, even the darkest moments don't feel like they're the end. They feel like a part of your journey, something to learn from and grow through. This is where faith comes in. Not just faith in your abilities, but faith in the process. Faith that the seed you're planting now will one day grow into something beautiful. Faith that even in the hardest moments, you're building something bigger than you can see at this very moment. It's that belief that no matter how long the winter feels, spring is always coming. So here's your next assignment. Spend some time today visualizing your horizon. What does your future look like when you've overcome today's challenges? What kind of life are you building for yourself, your loved ones, and the people you serve? Write it down, make it vivid, and when tough times come, and they will, remind yourself of that vision, let it fuel you, let it push you forward, and keep one eye on the horizon, no matter how rough the waters get. This is how you keep your spirit strong, how you keep your motivation alive, and how you keep moving forward with confidence and resilience. Life's toughest moments are often the ones that shape you into the person you need to be to fulfill your purpose. Keep your eyes on the horizon and remember, the journey is just as important as the destination. You've reached the end of this journey, but this is just the beginning of your next chapter. Remember this, the storms will come, and life will test you in ways you can't always predict. But no matter how intense the winds may blow, you are never powerless. The strength, the wisdom, and the resilience you need are already inside you, waiting to be activated. Every challenge you face is an opportunity for growth, for transformation, and for you to become the person you've always been capable of being. As you walk this path, keep your vision clear and your purpose anchored firmly in your heart. Remind yourself daily why you endure, why you stay positive, why you push forward. When you do, even the toughest of days will feel lighter because you'll be anchored to something far bigger than the momentary struggles. Let today be the day you take full ownership of your story, your life, your choices, your destiny. They are all in your hands. Every decision you make, every step you take shapes your future. So stand tall in the face of challenges, hold your head high, and keep your eyes on the horizon. The storm may come, but it doesn't get to define you. You do. You are the one writing your story. Your perseverance, your strength, and your unwavering commitment to your vision will carry you through. So go ahead, take what you've learned, apply it, and build a life that you can be proud of. Keep moving forward because the best is yet to come. Your journey is just beginning, and you were made for greatness. As we wrap up, remember this. Life will always throw challenges your way, but it's your response that truly matters. Staying positive isn't about ignoring reality. It's about choosing to rise above it, to find strength in the struggle, and to keep pushing forward even when it feels impossible. The next time life tests you, ask yourself, how can I use this to grow? Because when you master the art of staying positive, you'll unlock a power within yourself that nothing can take away. So take these strategies, make them your own, and watch how your perspective transforms. Life won't be any less challenging, but you will be more than ready. If you're ready to take control of your mindset and turn adversity into your greatest advantage, hit that play button. Your journey to staying positive starts